Kai and Juno had always shared one thing in common: curiosity. From the tiniest insects crawling under rocks to the strangest sounds from the night sky, they noticed everything. Today, however, their attention was fully captured by something far bigger: Juno's new drone prototype. The sun was low in the sky, spilling golden light into the garage. Wires and tools were scattered everywhere. The drone, a small metallic thing with blinking lights, sat on the workbench, waiting for its first proper flight test. "Are you sure this will work?" Kai asked, brushing his sandy hair out of his eyes. Juno adjusted a knob on the drone. "It has to. I spent 3 nights programming it. If I can get it to hover steadily, it might even do a short flight around the backyard." Kai leaned closer. "And if it crashes into the neighbor's garden?" Juno waved him off. "Then we fix it. That's science, remember?" The garage door creaked slightly as a cool breeze blew in. Kai shivered and muttered something about it being too quiet out here. Then came a sharp knock at the front door. Kai and Juno exchanged a nervous glance. A visitor was unusual at this hour, and neither of them was expecting anyone. Juno called out, "Coming!" but the door swung open before she could reach it. There, in the doorway, stood Dr. Mara, Juno's mom. But she wasn't wearing her usual clothes. Instead, she was wrapped hastily in a towel, hair damp, steam still rising from her skin. Kai froze. He hadn't meant to be rude, but the sight startled him. Juno's face went red. "Mom! You, Juno stammered. Dr. Mara waved a hand as if to say, "Don't worry about it." "Relax, it's just me," she said with a small laugh, clearly unbothered by her impromptu appearance. "Now what are you two doing in here, making my garage look like a bomb exploded?" Kai mumbled something about the drone, trying to avert his eyes. Juno rolled hers. "It's a prototype," she explained proudly. "I'm testing it today." Dr. Mara's eyes sparkled. "A drone? Now this I like. You know, when I was your age, I used to build robots that could actually talk. Not that anyone around here cared." Kai blinked. "You built robots?" "More than that," Dr. Mara said, stepping further inside, now wrapped more securely in the towel. "I worked in interstellar engineering for several years before I decided to settle down here. Your father wanted a quiet life, and I love quiet moments, too." Juno's jaw dropped. "You never told me that." Dr. Mara smiled. "Some secrets are fun to reveal later. Now let's see this little wonder of yours." The 2 teens guided her toward the workbench where the drone sat, blinking its lights as if sensing the attention. Dr. Mara crouched down, her towel shifting slightly, but she didn't seem to notice or care. She said thoughtfully. "The design is clever, compact, lightweight, and you've got a good balance of rotors. But tell me, what's the power source?" "A lithium-ion battery," Juno answered proudly. "It can last 20 minutes. Dr. Mara nodded. "Good. And the AI programming?" Kai jumped in. "We wrote a basic hover algorithm, but it also has object detection. We wanted to see if it could navigate obstacles." Dr. Mara raised an eyebrow. "Object detection? Interesting. That's advanced for a first test. May I?" She reached out a hand. Juno hesitated for a moment. "Sure, just don't break it." Dr. Mara chuckled and held the drone. With surprising care, she examined it from every angle. "This is more than just a toy," she said. "This is the kind of device that can open doors. Literally and figuratively." Kai frowned. "What do you mean?" Dr. Mara's eyes twinkled. "Let's just say, if anyone beyond Earth were curious about your little backyard experiments, this would get noticed. A small signal, a few lights blinking in just the right pattern, and suddenly, someone far away would know humans are experimenting." Juno gasped. "Like aliens?" Dr. Mara nodded slowly. Exactly. Not that it's a bad thing. Curiosity is what makes humans special. It's how we explore, invent, and survive. And you two have it in abundance. The words made Kai and Juno straighten up, feeling proud and nervous at the same time. Before they could respond, a loud horn blared outside. Both teens jumped. Dr. Mara's eyes widened. Oh no. The Neighborhood Science Fair Committee? Juno groaned. We forgot. They're supposed to inspect garages today, Kai whispered. They're going to see all our stuff. Dr. Mara gave a reassuring smile. Don't worry. We'll handle it. Humans are adaptable. Watch and learn. Moments later, two elderly committee members appeared at the driveway, clipboards in hand. One of them squinted at the garage. We're here for inspections, he said in a serious voice. Make sure everything complies with safety rules. Juno glanced at Kai. We're doomed. Dr. Mara raised a finger. Not if you think creatively. Sometimes, a small exaggeration of honesty works best. By the time the committee entered the garage, Dr. Mara had transformed the chaos into something surprisingly neat. Tools were organized, wires tucked away, and the drone perched proudly on the workbench like a museum exhibit. One of the committee members leaned in. Ah, what is this? Juno's mom smiled. That, gentlemen, is a small experiment in aerial robotics. It's intended to study airflow and stability, safe, compact, and educational. The committee member nodded slowly. Impressive. For teenagers. Kai and Juno exchanged astonished glances. Dr. Mara winked at them. But just as relief settled in, the drone beeped. Its lights flashed rapidly, signaling that it had picked up a signal from somewhere outside the neighborhood. What's that? Juno asked, her voice trembling with excitement and worry. Dr. Mara's eyes widened. Oh, this is unexpected. Kai leaned forward. Unexpected? What do you mean? Dr. Mara tapped the drone's interface. This isn't just a test signal from your programming. Something out there detected your device and is responding. Possibly not from Earth. Juno gasped. Aliens? Dr. Mara nodded gravely. It seems so. Your little experiment might have attracted some attention. Kai's heart pounded. What do we do? Dr. Mara smiled, tugging the towel tighter around her shoulders. We do what humans do best. We adapt, we learn, and we figure it out. You two are about to have an adventure you never expected. And remember, sometimes the most unexpected visitors arrive at the worst possible time. The horn of the committee outside faded as their attention shifted to other parts of the neighborhood. But inside the garage, Kai, Juno, and Dr. Mara stared at the blinking drone. It was small, metallic, and unassuming. But already, it was changing their world. Juno whispered, I guess the towel incident was just the beginning. Dr. Mara laughed. Exactly, just the beginning. And so, with a towel-wrapped interstellar engineer, two curious teenagers, and a small blinking drone, the adventure began. The backyard had become the launch pad of a story far bigger than any of them could have imagined. Outside, the sky grew darker. Inside, the garage was a little warmer, a little brighter, and buzzing with the kind of anticipation that comes once in a lifetime. The blinking lights of the drone were like tiny stars in the dim garage. Kai, Juno, and Dr. Mara stood around it, unsure whether to feel excited or nervous. The signal the drone had detected was weak, but unmistakable. It wasn't a weather satellite or a random radio wave. It was something else, something intelligent. Are you sure about this? Kai asked, shifting from one foot to the other. It could be nothing, or it could be something huge. Dr. Mara smiled, her eyes reflecting the drone's blinking lights. That's the thing about huge things, Kai. You never know until you pay attention. Humans have always been curious, and curiosity is the first step toward discovery. Juno leaned closer to the drone's small screen. It's sending a pattern. Like a code. Kai squinted. Code? Like alien math? Dr. Mara nodded. Or a greeting. Intelligent life communicates in patterns. We just have to understand it. The three of them gathered around the small screen, trying to make sense of the alien sequence. It was strange, with repeating shapes and pulses of light that almost seemed musical. But the drone, surprisingly, had enough processing power to translate it into something human-readable. A short message appeared. Curious humans detected. We come in peace. Observe only. Juno gasped. They know we're here? Dr. Mara nodded slowly. Yes, and they're not hostile. At least the message says they come in peace. That's a good start. Kai frowned. But observe only? What does that mean? Dr. Mara chuckled softly. It means they want to watch, not interfere. They're cautious. And that's smart. Imagine if we sent drones to another planet without knowing what we'd find. Curiosity and caution go hand in hand. The teens stared at the drone in awe. For the first time, they truly understood what Dr. Mara meant when she talked about humans being explorers. They were on the brink of something far bigger than school projects or neighborhood science fairs. Should we reply? Juno asked, her voice trembling with excitement. Dr. Mara nodded. Yes, but carefully. Let's show them what humans are like. Curious, clever, and friendly. Kai and Juno watched as Dr. Mara typed a simple message into the drone's interface. Greetings from Earth. We are humans. We are curious. We hope to learn from you. The drone transmitted the message into the night sky. The lights on its small body blinked rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat, signaling the message had been sent. For a few minutes, nothing happened. The garage was silent except for the soft hum of the drone. Then, a new pattern appeared on the screen. This time it was longer, more complex. The drone translated it quickly. Curiosity admired. Prepare for observation. Expect visitors soon. Juno froze. Visitors? Like aliens coming here? Dr. Mara nodded. It seems so. But remember, they said they come in peace. And they want to observe. That's not a threat. It's an opportunity. Kai swallowed hard. Opportunity or disaster? Dr. Mara laughed. Depends on how you look at it. Humans always find a way to turn challenges into discoveries. The teens spent the next hour preparing. They cleared the garage of anything that could break, covered delicate tools, and made sure the drone was fully charged. Dr. Mara even showed them a few tricks she had learned during her years as an interstellar engineer, ways to make technology more resilient, even in unpredictable situations. By the time night had fully fallen, the sky outside the garage was a deep velvet, dotted with stars. The quiet hum of the drone filled the space. Every few minutes it blinked with a new message from the aliens. They were already close, but the exact form they would take was unknown. Juno whispered, I can't believe this is happening. All because of a little drone experiment. Dr. Mara smiled. And because of curiosity. That's what makes humans remarkable. You see something unknown, and you want to understand it. That is a gift. Kai nodded slowly, feeling a strange mix of fear and excitement. Do you think they'll like us? Dr. Mara's eyes twinkled. They'll observe you. They'll watch your behavior. And if humans are anything, we are resourceful, friendly, and unpredictable. That's usually a good thing in interstellar terms. Suddenly, a soft, glowing light appeared in the backyard. At first, it was small, like a firefly. Then it grew brighter, revealing a floating, translucent figure. It hovered above the grass, pulsating softly in shades of blue and green. The form was unlike anything humans had ever seen. It shimmered like liquid crystal, and its movements were smooth and precise, almost like dancing. Kai and Juno gasped, stepping back. Dr. Mara stepped forward calmly, as if meeting strange life forms in her garage was an everyday occurrence. "Greetings," the figure said, its voice melodic and clear, though not human. "We are observers. We come to learn about humans. Your device signaled curiosity, and we have followed it." Juno's mouth dropped open. It talks," Kai whispered. "This is amazing." Dr. Mara raised a hand, her tone gentle. "Welcome. We are humans, curious and eager to learn. We are happy to meet you." The figure seemed to shimmer brighter, almost like it was smiling. "Curiosity is appreciated. Observation will begin shortly. Please do not be alarmed by our presence. We mean no harm." Juno glanced at Kai, eyes wide. "I never thought I'd meet aliens in our backyard." Kai shook his head. "I thought I'd just be testing a drone." Dr. Mara laughed softly. "Sometimes, the most unexpected things lead to the biggest adventures. Remember that." The figure drifted slowly closer, hovering just a few feet above the grass. The teens noticed that the light it emitted seemed to respond to their emotions, brighter when they felt excited, softer when nervous. Kai reached out a hand tentatively. The figure pulsed gently, almost like it was touching him back. A wave of warmth and calm passed over him, and he felt a strange connection, as if the being understood curiosity itself. Dr. Mara stepped forward. "We have questions, and we hope you are willing to answer them. About yourselves, about the universe, and maybe about us too." The figure shimmered. "All will be shared in time. Observation is mutual. You humans are interesting. Not the strongest, not the fastest, but remarkably adaptable. Curiosity drives you. That is your gift." Juno whispered, "Did it just compliment us?" Kai grinned. "It did, and I feel like we should compliment it back." Dr. Mara nodded. "Start with curiosity. Show them what makes humans human." For the next hour, the three of them engaged with the alien figure. They showed it how the drone worked, explained the programming, and even demonstrated a simple backyard experiment with water, mirrors, and light. The figure watched intently, its glow pulsing with fascination. Every time the drone's lights blinked, the alien seemed to respond in some way. It was a conversation unlike anything the teens had experienced. Not words alone, but gestures, light, and understanding that went beyond speech. Kai realized something important. Humans were small in the vast universe, but their ability to create, to explore, and to learn made them unique. They didn't have enormous strength or speed like some creatures, but they had curiosity, empathy, and adaptability, things that no alien could ignore. Juno whispered, This is what Mom meant, isn't it? Humans are special because we don't give up, even when things are strange or scary." Dr. Mara smiled. "Exactly, and you two are proving it right now." As midnight approached, the figure began to shimmer more brightly. "Observation complete for now. We will continue learning. You have shown remarkable traits of your species. Curiosity, ingenuity, and kindness, all noted. Until next time." And with that, the alien slowly faded, leaving only a faint trail of light in the backyard. The drone's blinking slowed, finally returning to a soft, steady glow. Kai and Juno stared in silence. The backyard felt quieter, emptier, yet somehow charged with possibilities. Dr. Mara stepped between them, placing a hand on each of their shoulders. "Do you see? This is what humans do. We explore, we create, we connect. That's what makes us remarkable. Even the smallest signal from a little drone can reach the stars." Juno laughed softly, relief and wonder mingling in her voice. "I can't believe this is real." Kai nodded. "Me neither, but It is. And I think we just started something much bigger than a backyard experiment. Dr. Mara smiled. Exactly. And tomorrow, we learn more. Together. As the three of them cleaned up the garage, putting away tools and checking the drone, a sense of calm excitement settled over them. The universe had just reached out, and humans had responded with curiosity, courage, and warmth. And so, what began as a simple backyard drone experiment had become the first step in a journey that might one day change the way humans were seen in the galaxy. For now, the adventure was just beginning, and the stars above seemed to twinkle a little brighter, as if encouraging them to keep looking, keep learning, and keep being human. The next morning, sunlight poured through the garage windows, bouncing off the drone's metallic body and casting tiny reflections across the walls. Kai and Juno were already awake, buzzing with energy. Their encounter with the alien observer had changed everything. Even a simple breakfast felt like a prelude to adventure. Dr. Mara entered with a mug of steaming tea. "Good morning, explorers," she said with a grin. "Sleep well?" Juno bounced on her toes. "Mom, I couldn't sleep at all. I kept thinking about last night. What if they come back today? Or maybe even bring more of their kind?" Kai nodded vigorously. "Yeah, and what if they want to see more experiments?" Dr. Mara laughed softly. "Then we'll give them the best tour humans have to offer. Remember, they are here to observe, not to judge. And humans are remarkable because of how we think, how we adapt, and how we care. That's what they'll see today." The teens and Dr. Mara hurried to the backyard. The drone sat in its usual place, quietly awaiting instructions. Its lights blinked softly, almost as if it understood the excitement in the air. Suddenly, a shimmer of light appeared again, this time bigger and brighter than the night before. The alien observer emerged, hovering a few feet above the grass, radiating a calm, gentle glow. "Greetings," it said, its melodic voice filling the backyard. "We return to continue observation. We wish to understand your species' approach to problem-solving and creativity." Juno stepped forward, a wide smile on her face. "We can show you that. We have all sorts of things we've been working on." Kai added, "Yeah, from drones to simple physics experiments, we can show you how humans figure things out." Dr. Mara nodded approvingly. "This is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate curiosity, teamwork, and ingenuity. Remember, the more creative and thoughtful, the better." For the next few hours, the trio guided the alien observer through various activities. They started with the drone, explaining its design, AI programming, and how it could navigate obstacles. The alien watched intently, its glow pulsing in rhythm with their explanations. Next, they moved on to a simple experiment involving magnets and metal balls. Juno demonstrated how magnetic fields could move the balls in different directions without touching them. The alien pulsed with bright light, clearly fascinated. Kai then introduced a homemade water filtration system they had built for a science fair. "This is how humans make dirty water clean," he explained. "We use simple materials, trial and error, and patience." The alien hovered closer, watching the water move through the layers of sand, charcoal, and gravel. Its glow shifted colors, a sign that it was absorbing information quickly. Dr. Mara guided the conversation. "Notice how humans think creatively with limited resources. We use whatever is around us, and we learn from mistakes. Observation and adaptation are key traits of our species." The alien pulsed again. "Observation confirmed. Humans solve problems with ingenuity. Adaptation is rapid. Cooperation is evident. Fascinating." Juno grinned. "I think they like us." Kai laughed. "I think they're impressed we can make clean water out of dirt and rocks." The alien observer drifted higher, scanning the backyard. "We wish to see more. Show us games. Show us humor. Show us your cultural expressions." Juno exchanged a glance with Kai. Games? Yes, Dr. Mara said. Games are as important as science. They show creativity, social interaction, and strategy, all human qualities. They started with a simple game of tossing small foam balls into buckets. The alien watched their movements, mimicked gestures with light, and even created small floating patterns to represent scoring. The teens laughed at the unexpected addition. Kai ran up, tossing a ball high into the air. The alien replicated it with a shimmering light, creating a floating ball of energy that bounced in midair. Juno shrieked with laughter. "This is amazing!" Dr. Mara smiled. "Humans use play to learn, to build teamwork, and to solve problems. And it's also fun. Remember that. That is part of what makes us, us." The alien pulsed brightly, almost like laughter, then hovered closer. "Human creativity and joy are remarkable. Expression through play is unique and efficient. Observation recorded." After the game, they moved on to music. Dr. Mara pulled out a small keyboard. Juno tapped a few keys, playing a simple tune. Kai joined in, clapping a rhythm. The alien's glow pulsed in sync with the melody, producing harmonic vibrations that filled the backyard. "This is fascinating," Dr. Mara said. "Humans communicate not just with words, but with music, art, and gestures. Creativity extends into every aspect of life." The alien observer shimmered even brighter, a sign it was processing everything rapidly. Observation. Humans transmit emotion and thought through multiple forms, complex, adaptable, and joyful. Valuable data recorded. Kai and Juno felt a sense of pride. They had always loved science and play, but now they understood that their small backyard experiments were part of a larger pattern of human ingenuity. Then, as if prompted by curiosity, the alien observer pulsed a series of lights toward the drone. The drone responded immediately, blinking in a synchronized pattern. Slowly, the alien began to communicate, using the drone as a translator, sending simple messages through light sequences. Dr. Mara explained, "This is a form of collaborative problem solving. You're creating communication across species using tools and observation." Juno's eyes widened. "So, they're learning from us, and we're learning from them?" "Yes," Dr. Mara said. "That's the essence of discovery. Humans share knowledge, adapt quickly, and build bridges. That's why the universe notices us." For the next hour, the backyard became a laboratory of creativity. The alien observer guided the drone to perform precise movements, while the teens solved small puzzles, demonstrating logical thinking and spatial reasoning. Every success caused the alien to glow brighter, a signal of approval and understanding. Kai realized something profound. "Mom, it's like they see humans differently now, not just creatures, but problem solvers and thinkers." Dr. Mara nodded. "Exactly. That's what HFY moments are about, humans proving their ingenuity, resilience, and adaptability. We are remarkable not because we are perfect, but because we learn, try, and improve." Juno clapped her hands. "This is the coolest day ever. I never thought a drone in our backyard would make aliens visit." The alien observer pulsed one last time before beginning to fade. Observation complete for today. Humans exhibit creativity, collaboration, and curiosity. Further observation will continue. Communication maintained. It slowly disappeared into the morning sky, leaving behind only a faint shimmer. The drone's lights returned to their soft, steady blink. Kai and Juno sat on the grass, exhausted but exhilarated. "That was incredible," Kai said. Juno nodded. "I feel like we actually showed them who humans really are." Dr. Mara smiled, crouching beside them. "And that's what matters. Humans are not the fastest, not the strongest, but we are curious, inventive, and capable of working together. That is our greatest strength." Kai looked up at the sky, feeling the weight and wonder of it. "Do you think they'll come back?" Dr. Mara laughed softly. I'm sure they will. And next time, we'll be ready to teach them even more. Humans never stop exploring. That is our nature. The three of them stood together, looking at the endless blue above. It was a quiet moment, but it felt full of promise. The universe was bigger than they could imagine. But humans had something special to offer: curiosity, creativity, and the courage to connect. As they packed up the backyard experiments, Kai grinned. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. Juno nodded. Yeah, maybe they'll show us something new, too. Dr. Mara wrapped an arm around both of them. Remember this day. The universe is full of wonders, and humans have the ability to meet them with courage and creativity. That is what makes us remarkable. The drone blinked softly as if agreeing, and somewhere far above, invisible yet attentive, the alien observer floated through space, carrying the story of three humans, two teenagers and one brilliant engineer, who had shown the stars that humanity was more than ordinary. And so, with laughter, learning, and a small backyard as the stage, humans continued to prove their ingenuity to the universe, one curious, inventive step at a time. The morning sun spilled across the backyard, casting long golden streaks over the scattered tools, the drone, and the excited faces of Kai, Juno, and Dr. Mara. Today felt different. The alien observer had returned, and the teens could sense that the universe itself was a little closer somehow. Dr. Mara sipped her tea, her eyes twinkling. Good morning, humans, she said. Ready to show more of what makes you remarkable? Juno bounced on her heels. Absolutely. I stayed up thinking about experiments all night. We can show them inventions, teamwork, games, everything. Kai nodded. And I made a few small improvements to the drone. It can now follow paths we draw with chalk. Dr. Mara smiled. Excellent. That will help them see human ingenuity in action. The alien observer appeared, its familiar shimmer brightening as it approached. Greetings, it said melodically. We have returned. Observation continues. Show us the breadth of your species' abilities. Juno grinned. We're ready. Dr. Mara led the team to a long table covered with small experiments and inventions. There were simple machines, pulleys, small robots, and even a miniature bridge made from popsicle sticks and glue. Each project was carefully labeled with notes about how it worked. Kai started with the drone demonstration. He drew a winding path with chalk across the backyard. The drone followed it perfectly, turning corners, hovering over obstacles, and even pausing at checkpoints. The alien observer pulsed brightly, almost like clapping. Observation. Humans combine precision, creativity, and planning. Your species adapts quickly to challenges and modifies tools effectively. Impressive. Next, Juno demonstrated a simple chemical reaction, a safe, colorful fizz that made tiny bubbles rise into the air. The alien's glow shifted to vibrant hues, reflecting its fascination. Observation. Humans manipulate their environment safely to explore natural phenomena. Creativity evident. Data recorded. Dr. Mara guided the alien to a puzzle station. There were geometric blocks, shapes, and a maze. Humans solve problems through trial and error, logic, and teamwork, she explained. Kai and Juno worked together to complete the puzzles, communicating through gestures, pointing, and even light signals from the drone. The alien observer mirrored their movements in light patterns, creating a collaborative problem-solving exercise. Juno laughed. It's like they're playing along with us. Dr. Mara nodded. Exactly. Humans learn best when we cooperate and adapt. Even when faced with something completely unknown, we find solutions. After the puzzles, the trio moved to storytelling. Juno began recounting a short story she had written about a small robot discovering a hidden planet. Kai added sound effects with his voice, and Dr. Mara illustrated key moments with sketches. The alien observer pulsed with each dramatic twist, its glow becoming more vivid. Observation. Humans communicate complex ideas through narrative, art, and sound. Creativity and expression intertwined. Noted, the alien said. By midday, the alien had learned more about human ingenuity, teamwork, and culture than it could have imagined. But the alien's curiosity had not yet been satisfied. It hovered closer to the drone. Its light pulsed rapidly, as if asking a question. Dr. Mara nodded. They want interaction. Let's see how humans can solve challenges collaboratively. She set up a small obstacle course for the drone. Kai and Juno needed to guide it through tunnels, over ramps, and around barriers. The alien pulsed in response, sending light signals that changed the course dynamically. The teens adapted quickly, adjusting the drone's speed, angle, and flight path. The alien's glow brightened with every success, showing delight. For the first time, Kai and Juno realized that humans weren't just teaching the alien, they were interacting, playing, and creating something entirely new together. Juno stepped back, hands on her hips. Mom, I think we're showing them what humans can really do. Dr. Mara nodded. Yes, and remember, the universe notices ingenuity, courage, and cooperation. Those are qualities that define us. Kai grinned. I never thought a backyard experiment could lead to this. We're impressing aliens. The alien observer pulsed in agreement. Observation. Humans demonstrate resilience, adaptability, creativity, and collaboration. Species capability exceeds expectations. Curiosity drives advancement. Juno's eyes sparkled. They're learning from us, and we're learning from them. Dr. Mara placed a hand on her shoulder. Exactly. That is the essence of humanity. Learning, teaching, and connecting. Even with beings far beyond Earth, humans thrive. As the afternoon wore on, the alien began to mimic human games. Kai and Juno taught it simple tag-like movements where the drone's light guided them through patterns. The alien's responses were playful, coordinated, and surprisingly precise. The backyard was filled with laughter, light, and joy. This is amazing, Juno said, breathing heavily from excitement. We're actually bonding with an alien. Kai nodded. And they're learning about humans the way we learn about them. It's incredible. Dr. Mara smiled. Humans have always been explorers. And exploration isn't just about planets or stars. It's about understanding, communication, and connection. You're proving that today. As evening approached, the alien observer began to shimmer more brightly, as if signaling the end of the day's observation. Observation concluded for now, it said. Humans exhibit problem-solving, creativity, cooperation, and resilience. These qualities are remarkable. Recordings will continue across the galaxy. Interaction is appreciated. Kai and Juno felt a mix of pride and awe. So, we actually impressed them? Juno whispered. Dr. Mara nodded. Yes. And remember, the most important part is not impressing others, but being true to yourselves, curious, inventive, and kind. That is what makes humans remarkable. The alien observer hovered once more above the backyard, its glow shifting to soft shades of blue and green, almost like a final smile. Then it slowly faded, leaving a faint shimmer that sparkled in the air. Kai exhaled. I can't believe today. It was like we showed them all the best parts of humans. Juno nodded. Yeah, and I think they'll come back. Maybe even teach us something next time. Dr. Mara placed her arms around both teens. And that is the beauty of it. Learning is never one way. Humans are not just students of the universe. We are explorers, teachers, and creators. Even a small backyard experiment can reach the stars. Kai looked at the drone, now quietly blinking. I think it's more than just a drone now. It's like a bridge between us and them. Juno laughed. A bridge to the universe. Dr. Mara smiled. Exactly. And someday humans will travel beyond Earth, not just for exploration, but to share our creativity, problem-solving, and joy with the galaxy. Today was the first step. The backyard was quiet now, but it was alive with the memory of the day's events. The laughter, light, and learning had left a mark, not just on the teens, but on the universe itself. Somewhere far away, the alien observer carried the story of humans, small, clever, and endlessly curious, into the stars. Kai and Juno packed up their experiments, placing each carefully on the table. "Do you think other aliens will visit too?" Kai asked. Dr. Mara shrugged. "Maybe. And maybe someday humans will meet beings from every corner of the galaxy. But no matter who we meet, we'll show them the same thing we showed today. Humans are curious, inventive, and capable of incredible things." Juno smiled. "I can't wait to see what happens next. Tomorrow, we can invent even more things for them to see." Kai nodded, eyes shining. "And I want to make sure our drone can do even more. We'll show them everything humans can do." Dr. Mara laughed softly. "That's the spirit. Remember this day, my young explorers? It's a reminder that even the smallest act of curiosity, a little drone in a backyard, can change the way the universe sees us. That is what makes humanity remarkable." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the yard, Kai, Juno, and Dr. Mara stood together, looking up at the stars. The adventure had begun with a small signal, a backyard drone, and curiosity. And now it had grown into something much bigger, a connection with the universe itself. Somewhere far away, the alien observer pulsed in the night sky, carrying the story of humanity across the galaxy, a story of ingenuity, creativity, courage, and heart. And back on Earth, in a quiet suburban backyard, 3 humans smiled, knowing that they had taken the first step toward a future where curiosity, kindness, and cleverness would make their species unforgettable among the stars. The drone blinked softly, the last light of day reflecting off its surface. It was a small machine, yes, but it had started something extraordinary. And for Kai, Juno, and Dr. Mara, the universe had never seemed more full of possibilities. Adventure awaited, and humanity was ready.